watching Vulppy, who's going to be playing Ana on Dorado. This is Masters 4 on PC. Hi everyone, I appreciate those on the sub could take the time to review my Ana gameplay. Overall, this is a pretty average match, definitely not my best, but I didn't feel like it was terrible either, which is why I chose it to be reviewed. A pretty average match, which ended in a loss for our team. I would like my overall gameplay / playstyle review to see what I'm doing wrong, what I can do to help me be a better player. I felt a bit stuck in this game, and I'm not sure what else I could have done to contribute, aside from maybe landing better antes and DPSing more. I also wasn't sure whether switching heroes might have been the better option. I haven't felt very confident recently, even though I did peak this season, and I feel like my gameplay has fallen off in the last few weeks. Any tips to help with this would really be appreciated. Okay, we'll watch this. I have not done a pre-watch, so we'll see how it goes. I think this spot that you start with is totally okay. Just, obviously be careful with snipers. You see there's a Hanzo, so you back off right away, which is good. Alright. Okay, this is a little tricky. So you see the ball coming for you. You're going to get booped here, and then you see how your sleep dart's actually going to be over. I think it would have been a better idea to hold the sleep dart just a little bit for you to get booped, then land the sleep. Because once he's here, there's no way he can avoid the sleep dart, right? I think that you rush this a little bit, which allows the ball to put a lot of pressure on you, because this is probably going to force grenade out in a second. Yeah, see, this was all unnecessary. You just let the ball boop you and then go for the sleep, then you're totally fine. And then bad things can happen, because the ball is currently eating up a lot of your attention. I would have kept shooting him, but, at that point you're at 45 health, so if the ball wants to kill you, he's going to kill you. Very lucky the ball doesn't. You see the ball. He's not going for you. Great. Yep. Genji dies. Nothing you can do about that. I do not go for that. That's a really, really hard angle to hit the sleep. I think you're going for after the pile driver, but you're a little late on this. Even if you sleep him, I don't think it does anything. I think you save sleep dart here. That's a good hit on the Mei. You threw that grenade a little too early, right? I can already tell that if she holds the block, because she's really low, so she's not going to come out of block, that she's going to eat that. But I think that you might have expected maybe she ends block early. I don't think it's worth the risk, though. I think that you have better options for grenade here. At any moment in time, you can grenade anybody you want standing from high ground. So that's absolutely huge. I don't think you should waste that. You rotate, which is a good idea. Ball's coming. You see if you had sleep dart. I don't think it's massive value. If you sleep him right here with 3 of you, you can get a lot more damage. I mean, Hanzo's going to storm, presumably, and do 300 damage minimum, right? Plus you probably do another 150, 225. That's 500 plus damage just from the 2 of you, right? Kiriko adds on, let's say, 2 kunais for another 80. That's 600 damage to the ball if you slept them right there versus, that sleep earlier, which is nothing. That's a terrible grenade. I don't know what this is. I don't know if you're just spamming this at the team, but, even if you hit somebody, no one can follow up on this. Hold grenade for sure. Again, another example of going for a really, really hard sleep dart, right? Just at this point, he's already so close. The ball is good movement, right? Just let him slam you. It is what it is. Now go for the sleep. Right? Your Hanzo dies. All you had to do, first of all, you don't sleep or you don't have grenade, right? This is all ability usage. You can't be doing this stuff in Masters, right? If you want to get to GM, you got to be perfect with all your abilities. You can't be missing. You've missed how many grenades, right? You missed your last 2, right? The one in the Mei and the one spammed at the door, and you missed your last 3 sleeps, right? You missed a sleep on the ball close, you missed a sleep on the ball under you, and now you missed this sleep as well. This is no good. You're 0 for 5 in the last 5. I think that's borderline throwing. It's going to be so hard to have any impact. Basically, all you're doing right now is darting people. It's really, really rough. You just have to make your life easier, right? You don't go for these really low percentage, 25% sleep darts if you don't need to, and you don't need to, right? It's fine. It's not the ball is absolutely crushing your team. You have plenty of time here to throw a sleep, save him, and then heal your Hanzo, nade the 2 of them you have to. Yeah, this is really bad. So you die super late, which means now you're really staggered. Your Doom is in without you, which means your Doom dies. Trying to contest point, which I don't think is unreasonable, and now you're in this really bad situation. So you need to already be rotating up and taking high ground here, for sure. There's no reason to be playing low ground right now. Your tank's dead, right? Fight's over. Just heal your Hanzo and leave. Just leave. It's fine. Your Kiriko's got it. Just leave. No, don't stay here. You're not going to do anything here. You have to go high ground, right? I know the ball's up there, but, you have to take high ground, and your Kiriko will save you. Your Genji dies there, and, yeah, I mean, this is the problem, is that you're both not rotating, and you don't save the Genji here. Right? You see him start taking damage, you throw the nade, you should have immediately scoped and started healing him. Right? Just slow on the draw. For the record, if you want to play this side high ground, that's also okay, but the problem is the first fight should happen over here, at this corner, somewhere in this lane. So if you play far side high ground, you have no ability to react to that, which is why for the first fight on the second point, you should be playing here. You are making a big mistake playing this far back. See, now your Doom goes, like, you can't do anything, right? Now you have to go super, super far up, really, really vulnerable in this position. The ball comes from above and slams you, what are you going to do? You're going to die. That's really bad grenade. Like, just heal him. He's behind cover. There's like nothing here. You don't have to worry about it. Just heal him. Right? I don't know what he eats here, but yeah, he just eats like a what is this, like an icicle or something? Just heal him. Like, you don't need a grenade. Your aim itself is fine, right? So this sleep I understand, because like if you do hit this, this is a really good value sleep. So this is a sleep that I approve of. Right? It's like you miss it, but like misses happen. So notice that I'm not gonna pick on you for like for just like poor accuracy per se, unless it's like egregiously bad. Like this is a high value potential sleep compared to all the other sleeps that you have done, right? That had a reasonably good chance of landing.
My ultimate is ready. Get in there and I will boost you. Group up at my position.
I think you're saving it for Blade. Please don't. Oh yeah. I was like, if you pop Nano here, that would be throwing. He gets bumped into the mine. So you see the Genji eat that first mine, which is unfortunate. So you could have killed him after that. Yeah. You're not gonna get the kill. And notice how vulnerable you are right here. You really should rotate. Like, you should take this opportunity to rotate high ground. You should still take this opportunity to rotate high ground. Now you should just kill him. Alright, I think that's a reasonable grade. You have to hit the start. Oh, you had 2 chances to kill him! Your Hanzo gets it, luckily. Like, if you don't kill him there, you guys are gonna get steamrolled. Because the ball's gonna come back way before your Doom is. And they'll be on mid as soon as popped. So, I understand, like, the Hanzo steps in front, I don't necessarily blame you for that, but I don't know why you're throwing a grenade right now, right? Best case scenario, you hit the nanoed ball who is at full health with a grenade. He doesn't even need healing. He doesn't care. Like, it's not gonna do anything. Like, that's not a big deal. So, throwing sleep right now, also not the right time. I know it seems crazy, but the Hanzo's full health, and he has 2 supports here, double pocketing. Even Nano Ball cannot do enough damage to kill this Hanzo. You should save the sleep for a better opportunity. Like, right now would have been a way better opportunity. And then checking to see whether he's in that. You need to heal the Hanzo, heal the Hanzo! Oh, no. So he's purple right now, which means it's not going to heal him. That was really dangerous to nano him there. That felt like you're like, oh, I'm just autopiloting, I'm going to nano no matter what, because he's bleeding. But, like, you need to look. Like, he pops his blade. So I would have gone to the left of the cart as well, because I think it's pretty like, from my perspective, it looked like I would have a better angle going to the left and going to the right, because he dashes to the left of the cart. So I would have immediately gone to the left to get this nano off. Right, you had that opportunity right there. Right, now you pop the blade. I'm not sure that was even strictly necessary, but sure, it's fine. So I would have just healed him and then waited for Mei to come out and then nade her right now. Right, really, really good nade that you miss. I mean, this is okay as a sleep. I don't love it because, like, he's at full health, so, like, you see, he just gets woken up right away and nothing happens. So I don't think it's a great sleep. It's not as egregiously bad as the other ones, but I think it's not a good sleep. Yeah, don't tunnel vision here. So the ball pushes you back, okay? I would stop looking at the ball, because what's the point of looking at the ball? The ball's full health, right? If you're shooting at the Kiriko, you'll hear the gun sound, and then you can turn and heal your Kiriko. Otherwise, worry about healing the people in front of you, okay? You have your Genji, who's less than half health, and your Doom here, who's low too, right? Doom comes back, you should be healing the Genji, right? You're just not looking. You're, like, reloading right now. You have two shots, right? One shot, you still have the ability to heal the Genji here, you're just not healing him, and then your Genji ends up dying. You just have a lot of trouble with the ball. Like, I don't know if this is what your gameplay looks like when there isn't a ball, but you're getting distracted by the ball way too much. Right? Ball really doesn't do that much damage. Okay, ulti, it's wasted. Somebody needs to touch this. So, as soon as the Doom jumps out, I know it seems crazy, but I would run forward right now. The Kiriko can pocket me for at least a little bit, alright? And then I can, like, maybe sleep one person who goes on me, and no one's next to the cart, and I can stay on the cart. You should be running right here, even if you get walled off, like, so be it. Like, the most important thing is somebody needs to contest this cart right now. Yeah. I think it's a big mistake to not contest that, but now you are in a dire get out situation.
Enemy in sight.
Enemy here.
Yeah, attack Cassidy. Good.
Taking care of you.
Alright, so right there. 2, 1. That's tough. Yeah, you almost had nade in time.
Taking care of you.
Missing that dart is actually critical. You also had an opportunity to do a second dart here. So your Doom's barely gonna die here. Right? He did just enough damage to kill him. So if you landed the one dart that you missed, it might have saved him, but definitely if there's a second dart opportunity here that you don't even fire. You should have fired an unscoped shot. Right here. Right? You have plenty of time to fire a second. You almost have time to fire 3. So now you sleep.
Falling apart. Got one here. Can I get some healing?
I have you. Keep fighting.
Thanks. Enemy here.
Don't chuck random nades.
Enemy here.
So sloppy. Sorry, but like it's really sloppy of you to do this. Like if you land this nade, nothing happens, right? Your team is down 2 right now. You know? Your Kiriko's still way back here, and your Risa is still in spawn. Like don't be chucking nades right now. And then you LOS your soldier for way too long, who's frontlining, so you should have been ready to heal her at any moment in time, and then she gets rolled into and died. I'd be upset there from the soldier. Like I would not understand like why neither of my supports was able to heal me in this situation. Like she dies like somewhat fast, but not so fast. For like if you wanted to get up to GM, like a GM would easily have healed that. Like no question. Like 0% chance a GM Ana lets that soldier die. And again, to climb out of Masters, you have to play at a GM level. I think that's inexcusable to let the soldier die in that situation.
Eyes on a target.
Alright, so you're LOSing your Orisa way too much. You need to decide, look, am I either going to hold this angle, or am I going to rotate? But if you're going to rotate, you should have rotated already. At this point, with your Orisa coming down, like, I would have just stayed to the left. Right?
Come over here.
See, your Orisa thought you were over to the... I mean, this is not unreasonable from the Orisa, right? She knew you were over here initially on the left, because you've been playing on the left the entire time. Like, she was even over here with you a few seconds ago. Like, it's not unreasonable for the Orisa to expect that you're playing over here on the left. Like, you're just not in the right position, right, to be able to heal your team. And now your Orisa's taking a ton of damage. She gets knocked back into the balls. Like your soldier, your Kiriko's able to Suzu here even,
Come over here.
right? Like you play this totally wrong. You're just letting way too many people die, and your ability usage is bad. Like I don't even know that I need to watch more of this game because it's like pretty obvious to me what the problem is.
This will cut the pick.
Why are you nading here? Like, I know there's multiple people that are injured, but they're not low. They're not, like, critically about to die, right? The Doom's missing 75 health, the Soldier's missing 50 health, and your Symmetra's missing 20. Just heal him,
This will cut the
right? Just heal him.
pick.
Don't throw a nade here. So this is a good sleep, right? I think this is a good value sleep, right? Could have gotten the kill there. I think you just did a little bit more damage.
Up straight.
Like, this ball gets out with 200. It's unlikely that you could have done anything to kill him.
You need this.
So, I don't think I want to throw this nade here. I understand that like the Doom's pretty low and you're like, oh, this is going to take me a while to heal him up. I think I would just heal up the Doom and then try to chuck the nade. Because ideally with the Doom, every dive tank wants this. Every dive tank does not want you to nade them. They want you to nade where they're going. Like if you chuck a nade up here, you hit these 2 or 3 people with nade, great. You just won the fight as I dive in. Like that's clutch. But like, oh yeah, like you healed me up like 3-4 seconds faster. I don't think that was a big deal in that situation versus having nade to be able to do something with them. I think this sleep is okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I don't think you're gonna get a better opportunity, so I think that's fair.
Healing you.
Please don't nade him.
Into an end.
That nade I think is reasonable. I think that she gets pretty low when she's out in the open. So I think this nade is very reasonable.
An end.
Don't even look when the Doom's shooting at you or shooting like that. Don't even look at him. What's the point? Like he's gonna be really high health. It's just distracting, right? You get distracted by the ball so much. Just ignore the ball until the ball is absolutely like a critical problem for you. I don't think I like this nade. So I understand. I mean, I guess you also get slammed, so I think it's understandable, maybe. Yeah, you get slammed. I think this is understandable, maybe.
Getting drowsy.
See, sleep him there. Yep, great. Yep, see, good value plus the Sombra, great.
My ultimate is fully charged. You're powered up. Get in
That's not the nano that I want to do. Okay, so it's a 5-on-4 situation. You had to know this because you just slipped the ball and he died. This should already be a win. Like, you don't need to pop nano here. You want to save nano for the final fight at first. Right? He can't even do anything with this.
Not so fast. And you thought I was rusty.
That sleep wasn't even close.
Taking damage. Precision and control.
I would just scoped her instead of walking to her. I don't know why you keep walking towards her, right?
And you
Like right here, just scope and shoot her. Shoot her, right? Just like why are you doing this? There's no need for this. Also, getting closer to her makes it easier for her to headshot you. She could have double headshot you so easily. Right? You just ran in a straight line at her. Right? Like if I'm here, you're gonna get headshot right now and then again. Especially since you jump, which is crazy to me. Like these are habits that you should have already like trained yourself out of before you got the masters.
Healing fortified.
So Risa, oh, okay, yeah. So when the Risa goes in, heal. Yeah, Risa, no. So let's think for a second. First of all, your surgeon most definitely does not need this nade. Definitely does. Clearly she's behind like 2 walls. Only the Orisa can shoot her. It's impossible, literally mathematically impossible for the Orisa to kill her in that situation with the cover that she had. Because you're late healing your Orisa, your Zen rather, right? Gets slammed into the wall. For the record, if you had grenade here, I'm pretty sure you could have just grenaded and saved and like gotten your Zen to be higher health as well. And because you're slow on this, your Zen pops trance. Like, this is a terrible trance. This is an absolutely awful trance to be popping right now. But because you're just like a little bit out of position and you waste your abilities, like this ends up happening. Right? You see her? As soon as I see the Orisa go, I'm immediately coming over here. I should be pre-healing the Zen. Right? Mirror the Orisa play. Okay, who's she going for? Not going for the soldier? Definitely not going for the soldier. Go to left. Left. Heal. Turn to heal right now.
Hush now.
She was also spinning, and like that happened. That sleep guard got in just at the very end. Well, actually, I guess she got.
Stand up straight.
But like losing 2 ultimates there, right? Because you wasted your nano and Zen now wasted trance is brutal. I think that's a good grenade, but after you threw the grenade, I would have followed up right away. Right? I would immediately re-peek this because that's a juicy nade, right? You peek this, right? 1, 2, get a kill. Like nobody else needs healing right now. That was an opportunity. Hit the Ana, please hit the Ana. Yeah, don't do that. Go back. Keep the pressure up. Go for the Kiriko. Oh boy, you're gonna get javelins. Oh, you're so lucky. I mean, if she wants to commit that far, it's fine. You know, it is what it is. I don't blame you for that.
I'll keep you up.
So, okay, there's a Nano Diva, right? So who is she targeting, right? Your job here is to keep whoever she's targeting alive. Okay, you see your Sojourn's low? I think it's reasonable to just pop Nano right now. Right? Just keep your Sojourn alive. Right? Give your team a chance. Now you're doomed. Like, why are you popping Nano in a 4 and 5 situation when there's already a Nano Diva?
Get in there.
Right? Like, there's no way your Doom is going to want to fight this. Think about it, like, from Doom's perspective. Like, he just lost his Sojourn, okay? The Diva's still nanoed. They have high ground position. The Doom's not going to do anything with this Nano, even if you pop Nano. Like, this is no good. All right, I'm going to stop here because I don't think that it's going to be so valuable for me to keep going. So, to recap, I would say you have a bunch of problems that are very obvious, but fortunately, I think pretty easy to fix. Your issue is not like your aim, it's your decision making. So number 1, I think stop spamming grenades and sleeps, right? Recognize, like, look, is this a high value opportunity? If no, don't throw it. It's okay. Like, you can sit on nade for like 30, 45, 60 seconds if you have to, right? You can sit on sleep all game long if you have to, because the enemy team will play differently when you have sleep available versus when you don't. So you could potentially force them to be much more conservative about their movement if you have sleep available, right? Recognize even holding on to it provides value. Yeah, really, really important. Don't just spam them out, right? Like, be very cognizant of like, hey, if I sleep someone here, is it gonna do something? Is it gonna shut down this player? Are they gonna get woken up right away? Could we get a kill? Right? Those things are valuable. Same thing for your grenades, right? Don't just randomly chuck grenades in unless you. There are very few opportunities, like at the beginning of the game, maybe where like nothing's gonna happen. Where yeah, you can chuck a grenade, get some ult charge. But other than that, the 95% of the game, you should be holding the nade for an actual kill opportunity or to save yourself or a teammate. Very, very important, right? So we covered sleep, we covered nade. Your nanos are pretty bad. I would say universally pretty bad. I think your timing is way off on them. You're often nanoing people when you're down or when people aren't able to make any use of them, right? I don't know if you play non-support very much, but it doesn't feel to me that you know when people want to get nanos, and that's a really big problem. Like if you play DPS or tank, I think you'd have a better idea of recognizing, like, there's no way this Doom wants this nano right now. There's like 0% chance. Even, I bet the Doom was already committed to leaving, but even if you nanoed him a second earlier so that he knew that he had nano, I still think the Doom would have been like, I don't want this, and leave, because that's the right call. There's nothing he can do with his nano. Yeah, I think your nanos are really, really problematic. And then the last thing is just letting people die because of positioning. I would say second to last thing. Letting people die because of your positioning, not recognizing like who is the most in danger right now. Like for example, letting your soldier die in final point was really, really bad. Just letting people die in general is very unfortunate and not something that you can have happen if you want to climb out of Masters. And then finally is the ball, which is ignore the ball until you absolutely have to pay attention to the ball. Like just turning and looking for him can divert your attention and prevent you from healing other teammates or damaging or doing anything, right? Ball really doesn't do a lot of damage. Unless he pile drivers you, he's almost zero chance at killing you, right? Or he's like point blank in your face. Beyond that, don't look at the ball. Don't even think about him. Just like do everything else. Play your own game, heal people, damage, right? Throw good nades, etc. And then when the ball commits on you, then do something about it. But otherwise, don't let like poke damage from him or his general movement distract you. He rolls past you, let him roll past you. What are you gonna do about it? Right? He's got full health. There's nothing you can do about it. Just let him go and try to focus on the other things of the game that you actually can control. All right, I'm gonna stop there. Hopefully that's helpful.